We need a king who is humble and mighty. We need a king who reigns forevermore.
We need a king, Psalm 72. If you think about the whole story of the Bible, you think about God making the world, making humanity. What we see is that God made us to live under his good reign and his good rule. But what went wrong was we turned away from God. We thought we knew better. We listened to a lie, and we turned away from God's rule and reign. And now we look around the world, and every single one of us knows that there's something wrong with this world, that something's broken. We both see the brokenness in ourselves, and we certainly see the brokenness around us. And so the question is, what happens then? Well, what we see throughout the Bible is that God ultimately promised that he would send a savior, and this savior would be a king. This savior would be one who would establish a kingdom, and we would find life by submitting to him, by coming up under his reign and rule. Now, sometimes that might seem hard for us. It might seem difficult because the idea of submitting, the idea of letting go of our rights, letting go of control of our lives, it seems challenging. It seems difficult. But when we realize that that's what God made us for, that he made us to live under his good rule, then we realize the blessing it is to have a king. And that's what Psalm 72 is all about. Psalm 72 starts in verses 1 through 4 saying, "Give the king your justice, O God, and your righteousness to the royal son. May he judge your people with righteousness and your poor with justice. Let the mountains bear prosperity for the people and the hills in righteousness. May he defend the cause of the poor of the people, give deliverance to the children of the needy, and crush the oppressor." See, the reality is the burden on us to rule our own lives is a burden too heavy for us. We can't carry it. If we try to rule and live in control of our own life, then ultimately we will get crushed. And beyond us trying to take control of our own lives, we also have an enemy who's trying to crush us, and he is far stronger than we are. So what we need King Jesus, who the one who came into this world, to be the one who rules our lives, both to take the burden off of us from being in control, taking the burden off of us trying to be the God of our own life, but also for Jesus to conquer our enemies. The one, Jesus Christ, who went down into the grave and rose from the dead, triumphing over sin and Satan and hell and death itself. That is the king that we need, and that is the king that we worship.
Feeling the need for justice, longing for righteousness. What can make this all better? Who will come fix this mess? We need a king to deliver the needy. We need a king who will rescue the poor. We need a king who is humble and mighty. We need a king who reigns forevermore. Come like the rain upon us, peace till the moon's no more. Come all you nations, serve him, open up heaven's doors. We need a king to deliver the needy. We need a king who will rescue the poor. We need a king who is humble and mighty. We need a king who reigns forevermore. Jesus is King, we bow in worship. Jesus is King, we look to him. David's throne will reign forever. Jesus is King, he reigns forevermore. blessed as we turn to bless him. All nations call him blessed. His name endures forever. In him we find our rest. We need a king to deliver the needy. We need a king who will rescue the poor. We need a king who is humble and mighty. We need a king who reigns forevermore. Jesus is King. We bow in worship. Jesus is King. We look to him. Jesus is King. We bow in worship. Jesus is King. We look to him. David's throne will reign forever. Jesus is King. He reigns forevermore. And Jesus is King. He reigns forevermore. And Jesus is King. He reigns forevermore.